Hello everyone and welcome to the weekly analysis. If you have been following our daily analysis videos, you'll kind of understand how we've been getting into the entries these weeks. We'll continue to post these daily videos now as a daily sort of video. So it will give you the sort of advice and preparation you need in order to take our strategy and just to add another confluence to your own strategy. That is the real benefit of this channel and what we are trying to aim for here. Like I said, if you have been following the daily videos, if not, you can have a look at the weekly outlook. They kind of summarize the same things, but the purpose of the weekly analysis is just to review in a week just roughly how it's been through the analysis side. So let's just begin with GBP USD. What we anticipated was that push to the upside, and then a retest in this reversal area here near 1.279, and we didn't actually manage to come back into testing this zone, but we found multiple rejections on our daily level. That was a 1.2834. Now I was saying this in the daily analysis that there was multiple options here and multiple chances to get in on this trade. So if you did miss out, I wouldn't always jump into the trade. I'd always wait for the best opportunity, keep an alert system going, and wait for that price to come back if necessary. But it wasn't until the end of the week or midish of the week where the final push moved to the upside. There was an opportunity to make roughly around 75 pips for GBP USD on that one. On Euro USD, we didn't actually manage to get into a position for Euro this week due to last week's trailing to the downside. It was still evident that we were still continuing making lower lows, making new structural lows as well before we had that shift change here, which broke up above. And what we was anticipating was to wait for the price to come into either reversal zones before we make our next decision. And as we can see now, we are in this reverse area now to finish at the end of the week. So we'll touch upon that on the for next week's analysis video that we'll put out next. But yeah, no move really for Euro USD. So USD JPY. So this was probably the best move out of all of the forex pairs. We found that the push to the upside here was enough for price to reverse, and as we can see, multiple pin bar rejections. As you can see, you have that pin bar here, almost on a I think on a daily that would be a reversal candle of some sort. But if you can have a look here, a head and shoulders pattern here, just kind of draw it quickly, but if you can see that here, break test line there. But yeah, so all these different types of patterns were there, but taking that reversal from here could have ultimately resulted you in just under 90 pips here before it bounced and reversed. So there was a potential to make 90 on that pair. The gold pair still recovering after that huge pitfall from last week, that huge downturn that we took. So almost consolidating and deciding the next route, if we're going to bounce from zone to zone or we're going to continue to push to the downside. And as we can see, it's rejecting our EMAs, but we was looking for a reversal point here, and as we can see, price made its way to the downside before testing again and closing above, before closing again inside. And this is important, we want to find that ultimate reversal in here. So we found that bullish engulfing candle here twice, morning evening star formation here, a nice reversal. So this could potentially continue to go up, but obviously we'll look into that in detail in the weekly analysis videos. moving on to cryptocurrency, I know they took a bit of a heavy beating. We found that it did manage to push back into our reversal zone here. And we're still gonna push down, almost like a morning star pattern there. Still continuing to push to the downside. We'll see how much this can continue to fall. But there is a lot of bears in this. I still believe it's consolidating and correcting to the downside. And obviously it has that confluence with Ripple making its way to close below, push back into this zone, and once more closing and rejecting this area. Multiple pin bar rejections here. So it was almost screaming here that this was going to continue it to the downside, nicely rejecting our weekly level 0.255. And we'll obviously take a look more in detail for what will happen next week. So that will be all for us on this weekly analysis. Not too much movement, but obviously we'll see what happens next week. But yeah, so make sure you are subscribed to our YouTube channel for future analysis videos and all the other sort of stuff. And check out the other platform on our social medias. Links are in the description. So that will be all from us. Thank you very much for listening, and we'll catch you next week.